Welcome to Bougie and Boring, the spa business podcast that proves success doesn't have to be stressful. My name is Amanda Louisa. I'm a spa owner and a coach, and around here, bougie means high-end and well-paid. Boring means drama-free and simple. Together, that's how you build a spa that's smooth, profitable, and actually fun to run. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Hey, I'm Amanda. Welcome back to the podcast. I am going to continue talking about Google in this unintentional series that I somehow created. I didn't mean for it to turn into a series, but here we are. And I hope that it is helpful for you. So the first episode, I talked about what I call my $1 million SWA method. It's something I taught CEUs on for a little over a year. And it is a method that I still use to this day, and it has helped to get us high on Google, and I really love it. And then I also talked about the next step after that in how you can get your team booked fast with Google reviews. So today I kind of want to talk more on what is actually working in 2020, the end of 2025, 2026, and what will most likely continue to work in 2026. Now, I need to preface this by saying I am by no means an SEO expert. There are people way more qualified than me out there, but I do want to say that I have applied all of these things to my spa and they have been proven to work. So this is just stuff that I have tested, tried, done myself, and it's what works for me. So does that mean it's going to work for you? I don't know. You got to try it out for yourself. You need to figure it out and see if this is going to work. And the only way you will know if it works is if you try it. Yes. And just as a reminder, just because you absorb this information does not mean you will get the transformation that comes from it. So make sure that you're actually doing the work and applying the things that you're learning in the podcast. So here's what I have to say. From one high achieving spa owner to another, SEO can feel intimidating, and you do not need to be tech savvy to understand it. It's not just one more thing that you're adding to your list. It's really important, and it's a really big part of new client acquisition. So don't worry, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not behind. And it's so much easier than I think a lot of people make it out to be. The key is that you don't need to spend any money. Like, this is free. Everything I'm about to tell you is 100% free. It should only take a little bit of your time. And if you have a virtual assistant, even better. It will take even less of your time. So let's talk about why SEO really quick, just to kind of give you an understanding. I feel like I own my website, right? I own my email list. I don't own my social media following. And that's something that kind of, when I really truly understood this, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be focusing on things other than social media. And although social is a great place for entertainment, it's a great place to kind of maybe cover your bases a little bit, just to make sure that your clientele have a place to kind of like talk to you and entertain with you and all the things. I feel like when you have mastered SEO, or search engine optimization, search does all of the heavy lifting for you. And that's really what you deserve. You've worked your little booty off, and you want to have that peace of mind that comes with knowing that all your hard work is actually paying off. And I feel like that's what you get when you put in the hard work with Google. So there are 4 things that I feel like matter the most for a local business, especially a service-based business like ours. So the first thing is your Google business profile. So this is something that I recommend updating weekly. Just like I mentioned in the first part of this Google series, I would go live on social. I'd post that video onto my blog, and then that new blog post would become that weekly content. And so when you are updating your Google business profile, and I'm talking like with your hours, with your cancellation policy, with the services that you do, you're updating all the little nooks and crannies that Google is constantly updating and getting more and more advanced in what it's asking of the business. And if you're not paying attention to that, it's going to kind of push you down on the page if you're not keeping up. So make sure that you are really keeping up to date with everything. Even if you just do one thing a week, that's phenomenal. You just go in and you're like, okay, I'm just going to write the description of this one service, or I'm going to talk about this promotion. Whatever it is, it's a really good thing to just weekly, on Mondays, we always update Google, whatever your method is. The second thing is reviews. And I talked about this in the last podcast about Google. Reviews are huge. They are so important. It gives social proof, basically. And that is what Google is looking for. It's looking for who can we share this business with that's looking for something like this. And so you'll come up if you have consistent reviews. Now, another thing to mention is location-based keywords on your website. So in the blog post, make sure that you're mentioning your city, your town, even if it's like Central Texas or, the suburbs of New York, whatever it is, just make sure that you're using those words, even if they're just like towns around you. And then photos or videos. Yes, Google loves images and videos, especially on your Google business profile, because it will show those to people, especially because it's just something fast and easy that people can consume. So you do not need to have like this really intense backlink strategy or an SEO agency that's costing you thousands a month. You don't need any of that. Not at first. I would say it's something you can definitely invest in later on down the line, but that's, I feel like, not where we're at right now. It's definitely something that once you get to, that higher 6-figure mark, it's definitely something to look into. But I don't foresee that being something that is really important for someone that's any less than like 500 or less. And that's just my personal opinion. So what can you do this week? So if you feel like, oh my gosh, Amanda, like I have nothing on I don't even have a Google business profile. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to go and you're going to put that into existence, and you're going to start that process. Upload 5 to 7 new photos onto your Google profile. I love doing like a picture of you and your team, a picture of your lobby, maybe of a client getting a service, a before and after. Take a picture of the front of your spa so that people know what they're looking for when they come to find you. So make sure that it's, not just some graphic that you made on Canva. Like, make these real photos of real places and real people, because it's just going to be so helpful. And then reach out to 3 to 5 of your most loyal regulars and be like, hey, I just started my Google business profile, and it would mean so much to me if I could get more clients like you, because you are just someone I look forward to seeing on my books every single month. And so if you wouldn't mind leaving me a Google review, it would help me out so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with me for so long. And I look forward to treating you more in the future, something like that. And then posting an update to your Google profile. Google kind of sees this as like, not quite social media, but just updating your Google account. And that is so helpful. Like, they really find it very helpful. So, just remember, you don't need to be techie. You just need to have consistency. That's really the key here. So, and if you can help, or if your team can help you in this, that is even better. And I highly recommend getting, either your esthetician on board with helping you, or a virtual assistant on board with helping you. Don't be afraid to ask for help, to take some stuff off of your plate, and try that out. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Don't forget, you can also download the freebie that we have that explains the $1 Million Spa method, the verbiage for how to ask for a Google review, and just basically anything that you need to be successful with Google in this spa way. Now, just remember, I am not an SEO expert. These are just things that I have tried. Also, if you have a question that you would like for me to answer, any type of like coaching question or just question about your spa, leave it in an iTunes review and I'll answer it on a future episode. So I hope to see you next time. I can't wait to see how this helps increase your bookings and your overall revenue for your spa. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this episode gave you something to think about, please take a minute to leave a review and share with a spa owner friend. If you're ready for more support like this, I have left the link to my free 30-minute discovery call in the show notes below. I would love to learn more about you and your spa and what it is you are trying to accomplish right now in this season of life. Until next week, peace and love, my friend. I'll talk to you later.